Welcome back. We are in Chennai and in conversation with the 2.5 lakh crore Shriram Group's top leadership. Before the break, you heard from Mr. R. Thiagarajan, the founder of the group, and now we speak with the men who are responsible for running this financial conglomerate. Let me introduce my panel here today. We've got 4 gentlemen. Mr. Umesh Revankar needs no introduction. You see him all the time on the channel on the eve of quarterly results. Mr. Revankar runs the NBFC business, Shriram Finance. Mr. Ravi looks after the holdco, which is Shriram Capital. He oversees the Shriram Ownership Trust as well. To my right, we have Mr. Gujral, who runs the general insurance business, and we have Mr. Durvasan, who oversees the life insurance business and also Shriram Chits. Thanks very much, all of you, for being here on this program, and thanks for doing this. Mr. Revankar, if I can start with you.
Yeah.
For Shriram Finance, though, Mr. Revankar, which is the, apart from truck financing, two-wheeler financing, which are the other exciting opportunities where you'd really, put your might behind?
The next big opportunity, or maybe the gap which is available, credit gap. See, ultimately, as an intermediary of financial product distribution, you look at where is the gap, credit gap, and go. Here, the credit gap I see in MSME lending.
Okay.
As per the IFC report 2 years back, around 32 lakh crore is the credit gap in the MSME lending. We are not getting into all MSME. We are getting into small businesses, maybe around 5 to 10 lakh ticket size, and merchant classes. We believe that's the big opportunity for us to get in. And we do have that product, but it was mostly focused in the south. We would like to take it to all India, because today with the merger, we have all India network with us. So with 3,000 branches, our ability to reach out and offer this product is much better. Recently, we also tied up with Paytm, so that the infrastructure built by them on a digital is also being accessible to us. Because all these merchants who come into Paytm, onboarded into Paytm, they have a credit history there, 6 months, 1 year and all. Once there is a credit history, then we can have a credit rule engine, and then we can offer credit to them. That is something which we would like to do.
Talking about the insurance business, Mr. Gujral, on the general insurance side, the business is largely motor. Right? 95% odd is motor.
Correct.
What's the plan? Do you plan to diversify into non-motor in a big way as well?
Starting the current year, it looks like that we will be hitting at around 10%, which was around 5% over the last years. And in the next 3 years' time, the plan is that we should be taking it to around 20%. And the 20% also will be more in terms of a larger GWP base. So it's 20% will be a worthwhile proposition. And the only reason we did not grow was a deliberate cause, because we thought that the pricing at which the industry was operating for the premium in the non-motor segment was not a viable premium. So now we have taken a conscious call. We have expanded the teams. We have brought in engineers to look at the risks very closely.
All the changes we are seeing from the regulator, we've got a very super active IRDA over the last 1.5, 2 years or so. I mean, does it mean a lot more competition in this space? Or do you think, it helps in accelerating the growth for companies?
Current chairman has actually been going very aggressive, very bullish in terms of expansion and the penetration piece. In fact, he is talking about the insurance companies growing at around 40% and all. So I think there's a vision from his side. SGI on a standalone basis, the last quarter has been growing at around 40%. We were growing very fast earlier on also. I think one major important feature that we would like to highlight here is that when Ravi was talking about the capital requirement, we are currently at around 4.91, which is the highest in the solvency in the country as a whole.
Is there a listing coming soon?
Should hit, because KKR has made investment. They made an investment of around 9.99 and valued the enterprise at around 18,000 crores. So logically, it should be on the card, but not in the very near future, but should take place in 3 to 5 years' time.
3 to 5, 3 or?
They would love to have it in 3.
Mr. Durvasan, on the Chits side, sir, what's the plan? I mean, we were discussing earlier that is the, in a way, the fountainhead from where a lot of the other customer pool really comes from. Talk to us about that.
Shriram is making profit from day one. You even take Shriram City Finance. So you have started doing very well in the Shriram City Finance also. We did a two-wheeler business and SME loans and personal loans, gold loans. All these things we did very You are converted to different business to the finance business almost.
Other businesses.
Yeah.
Like where we're seeing with other businesses, external talent being brought in, etc. I mean, what's the thinking internally about leadership? I mean, getting the next set of leaders on board.
See, ours is a unique organization where the leadership actually comprises of the promoter at the trust level, because the ownership of Shriram Capital for the promoters is with Shriram Ownership Trust, and many of the key management are members of the trust, and that is how it has evolved, the structure. So when we are looking at the leadership which is required, obviously if we look at the numbers what we are indicating, we need a wide range of leadership across skill sets, and it is essential that we will need to look at both external and also see how we get the internal talent in place to reach that level. So we have a very structured methodology where both at the operating company level we have mechanisms to attract good talent and provide adequate stock options, etc., for them to evolve as good leaders. And also at the ownership trust level, we have it is a perpetual trust. So there will be a set of existing leaders, and there is we also continuously evaluate and induct leaders who can actually manage the future. And that is how it has evolved till now, and it is going to evolve in the future. So whatever we look at, we don't look at for the short term, but we need to have a structure in place which actually looks at the next 50-100 years. And this trust mechanism, where primarily the entire key management comprises of the members of the trust, has been very effective.
So at operational levels, you get people from outside, but at the very top, I mean, it's usually the idea is to group people internally, identify people internally?
Not necessarily. Because both the members of the trust actually comprise of both those who look at strategy across entities and also look at leadership at the operating entities level also.
Right.
So it is always a combination, and there is always a scheme where the people at the operating company level can also move at to the trust level as part of the owner set. And because it needs a constant change as we move along as time progresses, and so the structure takes care of that.
You want to add to that, Mr. Shankar?
See, we also have this management trainee program where we fast track people. So this is something which enables them to take multi-task or take a different role altogether. So we have enough sufficient talent in-house. But if some of the companies which you have, if you observe, we do have people who have come from the external. Shriram Life, now the CEO is from Sanlam. He is with the partnership. They came to India and they were part of the building of business, and he is the CEO there. In Shriram Housing, we have Mr. Ravi, who has come from Citibank. So like that, we do have the grooming of people who have come from outside and then grown up and become the CEO. So it is not that we always look at in-house. We also keep looking at externally as and when we require a specialized talent. So that is something which even for our digital initiative, we have taken, we have brought in Mr. Ajay, who was in that industry for nearly 20-25 years, leading the team in other NBFC. So we do look at external talent, and internally also we groom people.
You brought up life insurance, Mr. Revankar. I wanted to ask you, what is the plan there? I mean, that is again has been forever seen as a sunrise sector, but now it is, it's seeing a fair bit of action again, like the general insurance space, a fair bit of regulatory action coming through as well. What's the vision for the Shriram Life business?
So we are just above the industry as far as the growth is concerned on the premium. On individual number of lives covered or number of policy given, we are always in the top 10 because we cover large number of small customers. Now this small can become very large. I can tell you the example of Shriram Finance. My average deposit was 15,000 when I was working as a branch manager. It was 15,000 per depositor. Today, average depositor is around 2 lakh rupees invested. So it is around 10 to 15 times larger than what it was when we started. But in the life also, I believe same. As you become more friendly and when you are able to introduce a product which is the need of the customer, the premium size will go up. So very soon, maybe next 5 to 10 years, I see Shriram Life to grow at much faster rate than maybe the industry growth.
Is there a plan to become a bank?
See, the way we look at the banking is, whether it's NBFC or a bank, both are intermediaries for saving could be converted into the credit. And we believe we are playing very important role. And people think, or there is assumption that since there is a arbitrage, a regulatory arbitrage being a NBFC, people get into NBFC. And today the arbitrage is coming down or almost not there between bank and NBFC. So NBFC should become a bank, or NBFC can become a bank. Now the on-tap licensing is there for nearly 10 years now for any NBFC to apply. So we have been discussing which is the better format to be in for our current businesses, whatever we are doing, the last mile credit delivery, what we are doing. So being NBFC has you are, I think, more flexible and you can reach them faster. Bank has certain limitations as far as that. So we do keep thinking, discussing about it, but we have not made any decision on the same. So we are very comfortable the way we are in. The margins are better. We are able to meet the requirement of our customers. When I say customers, both savers and the borrowers, both are comfortable and happy being our customers. So I think we can keep growing the way we are in right now. So there is no necessity.
Is there a gentle regulatory nudge?
No, there is. I don't see any regulatory nudge, but regulatory arbitrage, what was available to NBFC, especially on NPA classification and all, that's all gone. So actually, we are more stringently covered as far as the provisioning and all norms are concerned than maybe a bank. So I think we are very comfortable the way we are in, and the customers are also comfortable with us. So we would like to discuss and debate, but not really get into banking so seriously now.
Mr. Revankar, thank you very much for joining us. Mr. Ravi, appreciate your time here. Mr. Gujral, appreciate you joining us. Mr. Durvasan, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Well, there you have it. The Shriram Group here from Chennai talking about the plans for each of their business verticals over the next many years. That's it from all of us here. Thank you very much for watching this special program. Thanks for watching.